Randy asks, when selling a house, is it okay for a buyer to demand that the owners who are still living in the house vacate the house so that the buyers can do an inspection? How many people also should be allowed in the house for the inspection? Is 14 to 20 people, apparently, including children, excessive? Thoughts on that? Yeah,
Yeah, it
Brand's
sounds
shaking his head.
excessive.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does sound, yeah.
yeah.
But let's start with the first part of that.
Well, the first part of it is, can you demand that everybody get out of the house for the inspection? I don't believe it's written in the contract. Therefore, I don't believe you can say, I want the place vacated, completely empty.
Mhm.
However, if you have people in there that are impeding the inspection, well, then that is the same thing as not allowing an inspection. And therefore that would be a violation of the contract. So, if grandma is there in the corner propped up in a chair with a highball and isn't in the way, I don't know that you can demand she be moved.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if you've got 20 kids running around preventing Brad from getting into places, yeah, that would be a problem.
I've had
Brad, your
both
yeah,
is hinder me in photography, but you got to deal with it. Sometimes
yeah.
you just got to
Right.
deal with it.
Yeah.
Brad, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, no, we work around sellers a lot. I mean, oftentimes people say, "Look, I'm working my home office. Is it okay if you go in, inspect the home office area? I'll shut myself in and leave the rest of the house." We do that very, very regularly. Not a problem. Just let the home inspector know what's going on. At least with home team, it's not a problem. Bringing a giant family with you, here's what I'll tell you. We don't mind that, there are extra people there. However, don't interact with the home inspector. Just you go off, do the things that you need to do in the house. The problem is that anytime you're interacting with the home inspector, one, there's a likelihood that we're going to miss something because you're
Yep.
talking to us and it's throwing us off our groove. Or two, it's just extending the amount of time. With home team, we do all of our inspections in about 2 hours, but we send a team in so that we can accomplish that in 2 hours. So if we've got a 13,000 square foot house, I'm going to have 8 inspectors on it to get it done in 2 hours. If it's a solo inspector that may take, say 4 or 5 or 6 hours or more to do the inspection, all that interaction with all those family members is just going to drag it out. And the seller is waiting to get back into his house. And so sellers aren't happy when they're held out longer than what they anticipated up front. So it sounds like a good idea to bring all the extra people for extra eyes, but it doesn't help the process.
And I would tell you that we normally suggest sellers not be home during an inspection just so they don't even appear to try to interfere with the inspector. But as a buyer, I got to tell you, bringing a bunch of kids in, you can't control the kids.
Yeah,
And
it's crazy.
Well, and
And
even
you're
if you're going for the end of a summary report, how are you going to focus on the summary if you've got the kids running around?
Yeah.
And more importantly, obviously, if they got the electrical box open, don't want to leave the kids down there.
Well, yeah, that's a little higher end, but still following up and keeping an eye on the kids, and they could break something and then or touch stuff, and we're still living in a COVID environment. Who knows what, you just have to be very careful. So, yeah, I would tell you, don't bring kids to an inspection. I think that would probably be the wrong thing to do.